Okay, we are back. This is take 2. I've already filmed this video. I actually exported it onto my computer, edited it, was downloading it from iMovie, and somewhere along the lines, my footage was corrupt and I was no longer able to use it. So here we are, again, on a different day, take 2. Hey guys, welcome to another video. If you're new here, I'm Kelly, and today's video is a follow-up to my VIB sale wish list video, or Sephora spring sale wish list video. I don't know exactly what I'm titling it because I've always known these sales to be the VIB sale, but it would appear that now these sales are called the spring savings event and the fall savings event. Either way, I already uploaded my wish list video. I will link that here if you have not already checked that out. You'll definitely want to do so because I go over some details about the sale and I just share the items that I want to pick up. But in today's video, this video right here that you are watching, I am going to give you my recommendations, items that I think you might be interested in at Sephora. So if that sounds like something you would like to hear, why don't we go ahead and jump into the video. Just real quickly, in case you missed my first video, for the Sephora VIB Rouge members like myself, we can start shopping April 9th through the 19th. We get 20% off. If you are a VIB, you can start shopping the sale April 13th through the 19th and you get 15% off. And if you are an insider, you can shop the sale April 15th through the 19th and get 10% off. Anybody can be an insider. You can just walk in, say you want to join the reward program. You don't have to do anything. Boom. You can save 10%. I also did want to say that I filmed a video in the fall where I put my VIB sale recommendations and wish list together. I will link that here if you like videos like this, if you want some more recommendations, because I did actually rewatch that video to make sure that I was recommending different products to you. But let's go ahead and jump into it. Last time I filmed this, I started in the order of how I would apply things on the face. So we're gonna go ahead and do that again. The first item that I wanna recommend to you is the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Niacinamide Dewdrops. I got this, or I picked this up based on Kate the Great Beauty's recommendation, and I have been loving this. These niacinamide drops are supposed to be able to be used as skincare, to use underneath a moisturizer, on top of a moisturizer, as a primer, on top of foundation, under foundation. The way that I like to use this is I like to put this on as a primer. So after I've already done my skincare, I've already applied my sunscreen, I let that soak in, I come into my vanity, I take 1 to 2 drops of this and just put it all over the skin before the next primer that I'm gonna share with you. And I find that this just gives my skin a healthy glow. It's supposed to help with hyperpigmentation. It's just really comfortable on the skin and I enjoy it. Now I do have dry skin, so if you are an oily skinned gal, my friend Heather Austin did just recently pick this up as well, and she has oily skin. So definitely go check her out. I'm sure she will update us on what she thinks about that. But I did mention that I put that on underneath another primer. So the next primer that I want to recommend to you, it's kind of 2 primers, but the same. It is the Tatcha Silk Canvas. So I have both the solid and the liquid. I like both of them. I have them both in minis. I have heard other people with dry skin say that they prefer the liquid version. I've only worn this 2 or 3 times at the moment, so I do like it, but I also like the solid version. The solid is the one that is currently in my project pan. I did hit major pan on it. Can you see it there? I hit major pan on it. So I am currently working on this one more than the silk canvas, but I just like this primer a lot in both forms. Either way that I use it, I put it where my pores are a little bit larger, like right here on my cheeks and on my foreheads where I have on my forehead where I have some wrinkles, and I find that this just kind of helps to make everything look soft and smooth. So I definitely recommend these. I'm a fan of minis, guys, so if you can get these in a mini version, I would definitely recommend that. Now, over the years and just in general on my channel, I have talked about foundations a ton. I even recently filmed my top 5 like foundation recommendations. So if you want to check that out, definitely check my old videos, my old recommendation videos. I have talked about foundations a lot, but a foundation that I did not talk about in the fall as a recommendation or a wish list that I do want to share with you are these two guys from IT Cosmetics. This one is the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better Foundation and Skincare. This one is the IT Cosmetics CC Plus Cream. They are both $39.50. I looked that up in my last video, so I do know that. I think that you would like these for different reasons. So depending on what you're looking for, you could purchase one or both of these, totally up to you. I recommend them both. I did talk about them in more detail in that top 5 foundation video. So definitely check that video out for more information. But long story short, this one has lighter coverage, no SPF, gives you more of like a luminous dewy finish. This one has an SPF of 50. It's more medium to full coverage. And I find that I have a little bit less of the luminous finish with this one. So definitely recommend them both. Depending on what you're looking for, you can purchase one or both of them. I stand by both of them. I do have another foundation, but it's also like a whole brand that I want to recommend, and that is the brand LYS Beauty or Love Yourself Beauty. This is a new Black-owned beauty brand, a clean beauty brand, the first Black-owned clean beauty brand at Sephora, and they have more affordable prices. Like this foundation, it's their Triple Fix Serum Foundation. I want to say that it's like $22. Everything else is like $20 or less. I do love this foundation. I did a whole review on this brand, so definitely check that out if you want to hear me talk about it in more detail. But this foundation gives you more of like a light coverage. It's almost like Your Skin But Better. If you have like acne scarring or blemishes, you're still going to see them through this foundation. It just gives your skin like a little bit of glow, evens out any hyperpigmentation, just gives you a nice overall finish. So I really enjoy it, but if you are a full coverage lover, this may not be the foundation for you. However, they do have other products that I have been loving at the moment. I have 4 of their products. One of them, the lip serum, is actually in my purse, but I also have the bronzer, the No Limits Matte Bronzer. This is a powder bronzer in the shade Harmony. This is the second to the lightest shade. And then I do have one of their cream matte blushes, and this is in the shade Confident. So I do really enjoy these products. I stand by them. If you've been wanting to try them out, definitely jump on it during a sale. But if you want to hear more details about the brand, go ahead and watch my other video because I definitely talked about the brand a little bit more in depth in that video. I also have a concealer that I want to share with you, and I definitely bought into the hype. This is a collective, YouTube made me buy it because this concealer has been floating around the internet for a while, and it is the Pat McGrath Labs Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Concealer. I'm in the shade L5. I've heard everybody and their mother raving about this concealer. I almost said foundation. And I am typically someone who has like one foundation at a time. And I was using my Milani Conceal and Perfect drugstore, affordable. This one's like 30 something odd dollars. But when I finished up the Milani, I picked this guy up and I have been loving it. This concealer is more of like a light creamy texture, but it definitely gives you coverage. It covers up any dark circles that I have. It doesn't settle into my fine lines any more than any of my other concealers do, but it's definitely very comfortable. I struggle with eczema underneath my eyes and on my eyelid, and this definitely does not emphasize that. It helps to kind of even everything out, and it doesn't make my eczema flare up. So it is definitely more expensive. I want to say it's like $34, 30 something odd dollars. So if you're gonna get it on sale. This is something that I forgot to mention in my intro, but I typically do mention this in these types of videos. If you are going to shop at Sephora, I definitely think if you have those higher priced items that are on your wish list, those high ticket items, now would be the time to get them. If you are someone who normally spends like $10, $15, $20, $30 on makeup items, that's great. I mean, you can definitely get them on sale. But if you have high priced ticket items like Natasha Denona, Charlotte Tilbury, Pat McGrath, like now is the time to jump on it when you can get it on sale. Let's move into some more complexion products. I have a bronzer that I want to share with you. And speaking of Charlotte Tilbury, I feel like she always manages to find her way into my recommendations and wish list videos. This is her airbrush bronzer, the matte bronzer. I have the shade 2 medium. Now I love everything Charlotte Tilbury. I love the packaging, I love the rose gold, the big mirror, and the product inside is just amazing. I picked this up in the fall. It was like during the time of not the fall savings event, but like Black Friday deals. I actually cashed in my points, my 2,500 Sephora points for the $100 gift card. And I picked this up with that gift card because in my mind, I was essentially getting it for free because this product is like $50. So if you're gonna get it, definitely get it on sale or do something like I did where you save up your points and get it with a gift card. But in my opinion, this is the bronzer that I'm wearing today. I definitely recommend it. It gives me a nice, like, just natural bronze look. It is matte, so you don't have any satin, sheen, shimmer, none of that if that's not up your alley, but it just works beautifully, blends into the skin. I don't find that 2 is too dark for me. There is a lighter shade and a deeper shade. I feel like the lighter shade would be too light because as you can see, this is what I'm wearing today, and I didn't like go in with a light hand. Like I definitely packed it on and blended it out. So super blendable, definitely love it. But if you're gonna get some Charlotte Tilbury, get it on sale. I also have a face palette that I'll share with you, and this face palette is a limited edition. So if you wanna get it, definitely jump on it now, although it's been around for a while. So I don't know exactly when the limited edition thing is gonna expire, but it is the Jouer Champagne and Macaroons Sweet Cheeks set. This is their face palette, and inside you do get the suntan bronzer, the citrine highlight, which is a fan favorite of Jouer's, and 2 blushes, Romance Me and Delight Me. Romance Me is like a matte peach shade. Delight Me is a pink with like orange specks in it. Kind of reminds me of that very popular NARS blush, if you know what I mean. I don't reach for that one very often, but I do like to go in with the suntan matte bronzer. I'll throw a little bit of Romance Me on the cheeks and top it off with the citrine highlight. You do get a nice mirror in here. I've been really enjoying this face palette. It is nice and sleek. I typically don't go for face palettes because I feel like I can't always use all of the shades in there, but I can with this one. It's nice and thin for whenever we can travel again. You do get cardboard packaging, but I've really been enjoying it. Like I said, it's listed on the Sephora website as limited edition, so I don't know when it's gonna disappear, but I like it. So if you want it, jump on it now. I do have a few blushes to share with you. I have 2 of the Buxom, what are these called? The Wanderlust Primer Infused Blushes. Sometimes all of these words kind of create a little tongue twister for me, but I have Seychelles and Dolly. Now I love these blushes. I picked mine up actually at Ulta during their Black Friday sale, and they were like $11.50 each because I think these are in the $20 range. This is Seychelles, this is Dolly, but I definitely think that they're worth the $20. But if you can get some money off, definitely get it during a sale. Purchase it now while you can save 20%, 15%, 10%. But these blushes give you a nice satin finish. They look light, or at least Seychelles looks light in the pan, but they are super pigmented. They give you a nice flush. There's no chunks of glitter. There's no, like, even looking at them, it doesn't look like they're gonna be glowy, but I feel like it gives me a nice healthy glow without the glitter chunks, because if you're new here, I don't like glitter chunks. This definitely is more of a satin formula. I love them both. They're super comfortable. Definitely recommend them. Another blush that I want to recommend is by Melt. It is their Digital Dust Duo Blush. I have the shade Raw Honey. Now, if you do not like a satin look to the cheeks. You will not like this. Stay away from this one. This one is more of like a cool toned, almost like pinky purple shade on me. I've heard people recently saying that they find these blushes to not be very pigmented, and I don't find that. I find that on me, at least, it is a very pigmented blush, but it gives me a nice, healthy glow. It definitely makes my cheeks look alive. I have like a flush to the skin. It's very healthy looking, and I absolutely love it. I don't think the other two shades would be right up my alley, but Raw Honey, it is a good one. I have been enjoying it. A highlighter that I want to share with you, this may have been in the fall, but it would have been a wish list item. The highlighter that I cannot put down. I recently talked about this in ranking new makeup, but it is my Natasha Denona Super Glow highlighter. These highlighters are definitely on the pricier end. It's Natasha Denona, but I just love this highlighter. If you do not like a very glowy highlighter, stay away from this one. Okay, you will not like this if you do not like to glow. But if you like to glow, but you want it to melt into the skin and look natural, almost like you are a vampire in Twilight and you're glowing from within, then this is the highlighter for you. Every time I apply this, it melts right into the skin and gives me this gorgeous glow without the glitter chunks. I'm obsessed with it. I've been raving about it time and time again on my channel. I'm so glad that Smegs picked this up for me for my birthday. She has major pan in hers, and let me tell you, I will definitely probably hit pan on this because it is a highlighter that I cannot put down. There are two eyeshadow products that I want to share with you, one being a primer. I have been loving the Fenty Pro Filter Amplifying Eye Primer. This is like a small size that I got in like a duo kit with their eyeliner, but I have been loving this primer. Like I mentioned earlier, I do have eczema on my eyelids. I struggle with finding primers that aren't too drying and that don't irritate my eczema. I find that this primer does not do that. It definitely has more of like a clear, almost like a light, cool toned pink sheen to it, but it's definitely not like the Urban Decay eyeshadow primers or the MAC Paint Pot where it will cover anything up. It definitely is more of like a clear consistency. You do get a little bit of tack. You can feel that it's holding on to your eyeshadows. Definitely very long lasting, helps my eyeshadow not to crease. I have been loving it. And I've talked about eyeshadow palettes time and time again on my channel. I even ranked like the palettes that I tried in 2020. And I mentioned several eyeshadow palettes in that video from the fall that I'm referencing. But an eyeshadow palette that I didn't get a chance to mention in that video is the Dominique Cosmetics Latte Palette. I slept on this eyeshadow palette for many, many years, but trust me guys, you don't want to sleep on this one, okay? If you are a neutral lover like myself and you are looking for that perfect go-to everyday eyeshadow palette for all of your eyeshadow needs, neutral-wise that is, then I definitely recommend this one. You can see if you're a color lover, this probably won't be for you. The purple and the blue are probably not enough color for the color lover, but if you're a neutral lover, the neutrals in here, these mattes blend amazing. These shimmers are so gorgeous on the lid. In my Flashback Friday series, this is the eyeshadow palette that I'm wearing. I used the purple in my crease and macchiato on the lid. Absolutely gorgeous. This is just a great go-to. You have a nice mirror in there. You can create tons of different looks with it. I absolutely love it, and I definitely think that this is a staple eyeshadow palette for any collection. Definitely recommend. Don't mind my husband vacuuming in the background, but we have been talking about makeup items, so now I want to talk about something that you can use to take your makeup off. And it is the Pharmacy Green Clean Makeup Melting Cleansing Balm. Did I say that right? Makeup Melt Away Cleansing Balm. This is the large size. You guys know I love a mini, but I did purchase the large size in the fall, and as you can see, hopefully you can see, I'm like halfway done with it. And I got this in like November or December. I typically, because I have dry skin, I am more of like a cleansing oil gal. I have tried some cleansing balms in the past and I just felt like I needed to tug on my skin or it felt too rough on my skin. This one, Not the case. You can use the little spatula, scoop it out, place it in the palm of your hands, rub your hands together, and it turns into an oil. I find that this takes all of my makeup off, even the stubborn mascara that I have, because I like to do multiple coats, but I will rub this all over my face, and then I'll take like a makeup eraser and I'll just kind of wipe everything off, and I use this to double cleanse, so I go in with a cleanser after. But I've definitely been enjoying this. I've been enjoying the things that I've been trying from Pharmacy. They're definitely a brand that took me a while to try out, but now that I've been trying some things out, I highly recommend it. You can get a smaller size of this if you'd rather try out the smaller size, but like I mentioned before, if you're gonna shop for makeup, you might wanna save the sale for some of those high ticket priced items that you want to purchase, or go ahead and purchase the full size instead of the mini. But that is going to do it for this video. These are my Sephora Spring Savings Event recommendations. I would love to know your thoughts down below. What are some products that you're eyeing? What are some products that you recommend? Have you tried any of these? Did they work for you? Did they not work for you? I would love to know. If you did enjoy this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed before you go. That way, after the sale, when I post my haul, you will be notified and you can see what I ended up picking up during the sale. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.